shit.
No, seriously, you have the right.
And if they do, everybody tax them.
You have the right to protest.
There's a no-win situation.
You have the right to protest on public property only. You don't have the right. If they say, "Hey, y'all need to leave," and they don't, they're trespassing, and that's a crime, and they can be arrested.
But okay,
that's another thing that pisses me off. They're doing this shit. The police are scared to do anything.
Oh yeah,
So they don't do they do nothing, because before, when they tried to do something, everybody attacked the police saying they were going against their fucking right. Oh.
Well, no, if you're on public property and you're not otherwise breaking the law, like walking through the highway or something, then yes, you have that right. Feel free to exercise it. You cannot go onto privately owned property and do that and expect your rights to be observed. That's not how that works.
What are they protesting today? I mean, and I'm not being facetious.
I'd have to play it because she's live. She's talking right now.
Well, they're probably protesting the same shit they've been protesting.
Well, I didn't know if it was like a new protest because of the guy at the Wendy's last night.
Oh, I'm sure, probably.
The guy at Wendy's last night.
Oh my God, there was another cop shooting.
We've shot another guy.
Where?
Okay.
In Atlanta.
That's not here, so...
No,
let me lay it down for you. All right. And I have not done extensive research. This is just... Okay.
Do you want me to do it? Because
you just fill in the blanks. Because, the guy was in the drive-thru at Wendy's and apparently fell asleep. He was drunk.
Okay. He was drunk.
I mean, he admitted he was drunk when they...
Okay, shooting him seems a little extreme. But
just wait.
I don't know what happened.
They're talking to him. They finally get him woke up.
Yeah.
They get him to pull off to the side because cars had been going around him. You know.
So I mean, obviously, he had to be
right.
So they're talking to him
because the reason because I saw somebody go, well, if he was just asleep, why'd they have to call the cops? Well, because he was blocking their commerce. I mean. I don't think that they called the cops to get the guy dead. I mean, he was disrupting their business.
And again, that's a private thing.
Right. And I mean, if it was your business, would you say, well, just let Ricky sleep there all night? No.
But anyway, so then they get him off to the side. They're
talking to him,
trying to give a breathalyzer and all that, which he failed.
No, and apparently,
so it was. He was drunk,
and he offered at some point, and I don't know at what point.
The guy,
the inebriated man that was asleep, said, "My family lives just like a block away. I'll just walk home." And I don't.
Too late. You've already been behind the wheel.
But at some point. But that was offered. I don't know what happened at that point.
Well, but at that point, they've already got him for DWI.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't know. I don't know all the details. I don't know.
Well, and he tried to claim his girlfriend dropped him off.
Well, I mean...
What did she leave the car and walk home?
Yeah, but at some point, a scuffle ensues, and he
was resisting
the cop's taser.
Once he gets the taser...
He takes off running. But... You clearly see in the video, as he takes off running, he goes to turn around and fire the taser. They blew him away.
They shot him dead.
Now again, there were mistakes made all over the board here. He shouldn't have been shot. It was a non-lethal weapon. He shouldn't have been shot.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
He fucked up.
Yeah, real bad.
He took their taser. He resisted arrest. So I think everybody fucked up in this situation.
So here's the thing. Yes, a taser is non-lethal, but it is made specifically to incapacitate someone. If you try to incapacitate a cop, they're going to shoot you. That's how that works. You know that.
No, I'm not even beginning to say I think he did right. I'm not. I'm just saying I think shooting him dead might have been a little much.
They could have taken chase. I mean, he was drunk. It's not like he.
I bet he wasn't getting away like Usain Bolt or something.
Without knowing a lot more of the nuances,
right? And I'm sure this is not a cut and dry kind of thing.
I mean,
there are lots of.
It's on video. The whole thing, you can see what's going on.
Oh, really?
They both fucked up.
I think everybody involved here made mistakes. I get it.
He fought,
and he shouldn't have.
He got the taser.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: if he
was running away,
right?
The taser shot wasn't going to kill anybody.
Probably wasn't even going to hit the cops. But
probably not if he's running and aiming and drunk.
He's way more coordinated than I am.
But at the same time, I've seen a lot of people shooting their mouth off. You know, well, why did they even do this? Why did they even do that? He was drunk
behind the wheel.
He was driving. he was gonna kill somebody.
Yeah.
Driving.
So,
I mean, if you're so impaired you've fallen asleep in the drive-thru, you are fucked up.
And he hadn't just fallen asleep. The whole thing from first contact to where he took off running took a while because another officer had to show up, and in the meantime, they're jawing back.
You have to have two officers to do a DWI
and
stop.
him and the first officer are jawing back and forth.
The officer or the guy?
The officer and the guy.
When you said him, I'm asking who him was.
The officer and the guy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I'm trying to get it out. You keep interrupting me. The officer and the guy.
You mean like heated?
No, just back and forth. Well, I'm trying to, and that's when he tried to tell my family that I can just walk home and all this. So it kind of drug on for a while because I don't think the initial officer wanted to initiate contact until the backup showed up.
Yeah, yeah.
And then at that point, he started resisting and everything else.
Like when he figured out that they were going to arrest him?
Why they needed to contact him. There was potential for him to kill somebody.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, but at the same time, had he shot a taser, it was not going to kill the officer. Granted, it don't feel good. They don't have a problem doing it to people. But it wasn't going to kill him.
Right.
Plus, he was running away.
It shouldn't have been a death
sentence. I don't think there was a need to shoot him to death.
I don't think so either.
There wasn't. I mean, it shouldn't have been a death sentence. But he did.
I hate to sound like this. He kind of brought that on himself, though.
He absolutely brought it on himself.
He's the one that resisted arrest. He's the one.
I know. I get that.
That cop didn't hand him his taser.
I get that.
He took it.
I know.
And he knew when he took it what the risks were.
But you know what? This day and age, if that officer hadn't shot him and he'd ran across the street and got hit and killed by a car,
it'd have been a COVID death.
No, everybody would still be on the officer's ass.
Because they chased him
Why didn't you have him secured? Why did you chase after him? I mean,
we armchair quarterback everything.
Yeah, and you know what? It's real easy to critique the fuck out of something.
And I will say this.
In hindsight.
Atlanta's response has been swift. The shooting officer is already fired.
What? Wow.
The chief of police
because
is
he did
resigning.
use too much force. He did. There's no question about it. He used deadly force in a non-deadly force situation.
Well, I agree with you. They need to switch to like tasers and tranquilizing guns.
Well, but even with the tranquilizer gun, what if? I mean, they only come in one dose. So if what's
they can't make a tranquilizer gun like a regular gun where you load it up with 6 bullets or some shit?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Okay.
You can't, but here's the deal. You can't make a blanket policy to cover everything. Mm-mm. Look at L.A. back in the 90s, the 2 guys that rolled up and robbed the bank that were completely wrapped in bulletproof vests. Mm-hmm. They literally
criminals are always going to find a way.
The officers literally had to go in, and I mean, they were shooting people, They had to go into a sporting goods store to get a gun that would even.
It was like it was like an OK Corral type shootout.
So I mean, you can't make a blanket policy.
But that's why they need to be trained and why.
Yeah.
Why judgment matters. Yeah. Like they need more training, more. So that because they're going to be in situations where there's not a code book. I mean, but you're on the job long enough, weird shit's going to happen.
But what's going to wind up happening is nobody's going to want to be a cop anymore because every goddamn thing they do is being second guessed and third guessed for fucking weeks and weeks and weeks until they get in trouble.
But you don't need to worry. That shit won't last long. The cops will start leaving. And then people are going to find out what the cops were doing to protect them.
But
and they're going to be begging them to come back.
I don't know, Amber. All these people hollering to defund the police and get rid of the police and everything else.
But that's what I'm saying.
So what are you going to do when your neighbor...
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to read you a meeting.
Wait till that shit happens and they realize, oh, fuck, we were wrong.
Hold on.
We need the police.
There was a city councilwoman in Minnesota, Minneapolis. And she was on national news, CNN, I think.
They called 911. They're like, we'll pray for you.
Yeah. We're sending you thoughts and prayers.
Okay, I got to read this one to you.
Well, the city councilwoman was asked, so if you defund the police, what if somebody's breaking into my garage? And she said, you need to check your white privilege.
Oh, my God.
That was her response.
Huh?
That was her response.
Excuse me?
Yep.
Okay, here's how I envision...
Oh, it doesn't make any sense.
Here's how I envision Texas without a police force.
Oh, God.
911, what's your emergency? Texan. Yeah, I'd like to report an attempted burglary. 911. Would you like us to send a social worker out? Texan. No, I need the Department of Sanitation. 911. Department of Sanitation. Texan. Yeah, I need to know whether to put this dead piece of shit on the curb for Wednesday trash pickup or if they want to pick it up now.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all, I've said it 1,000 times. I do believe that there needs to be police reform.
Oh, sure.
Because, I mean, like...
You know what else? They need to, in addition to a decent bit of reform, they need to pay them more.
I agree.
Because these guys are making $35,000 a year, putting their
teachers,
life on the line every fucking
cops,
day.
EMTs, firefighters, they ought to be paid commensurate with the gift that they are giving to our communities because our society can't function without those jobs.
Exactly.
But honest to God, these people that are like, fuck the police, we don't need no police. I bet you call when something goes tits up and something scares you. Who are you going to call? I mean, it's just extremism in a different form. Just because I'm saying that they need to be reformed doesn't mean I'm saying we should just abolish them all and go back to the OK Corral. We'll just have a shootout every day.
You know what? And this may sound, I don't know, masochistic, I guess. But in these...
Lights, we ran it down.
In these fucking places, I almost want to see them defund the police.
Oh, yeah.
So when
when
the goddamn city burns to the fucking ground, the rest of the normal people in the country can go, see, that's why you shouldn't have done that. That's why we told y'all not to do that.
I need to ask Bill about this because I did not look it up to see if it was true or anything. Just something I happened to see on Facebook or something. I just thought about it.
Well, then it is.
Have y'all heard about New York wanting to get rid of private property?
No, I hadn't heard that.
Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing it.
All right, I'm going to Google it real quick.
I didn't research it.
Talk amongst yourselves.
And
what does that mean?
I don't know, but I'm going to look.
I don't know. I was talking to Alexis about it. I was driving her around, and I forgot later to look it up.
Did you know that in Mexico, if you are a how is it? If you are not a naturalized citizen, meaning you could be a citizen, but you weren't born in Mexico.
Right, and naturalized.
It is totally legal for them to, if they want to, take everything you fucking have.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
So...
No, he's right.
So if, let's say, you immigrated to Mexico, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes. There's actually been some cases of people, at one point they were, and they still are in certain places, they're advocating people retire in Mexico and different places. And there's been some people that have retired and moved down there and had all their shit.
Like, just taken.
You go home now.
Is it like a thing like if you break a law?
No.
Like what instigates this
in their mind if you break a law?
Well, I'm saying, but what precipitates this happening?
They want your shit.
Yeah. Oh.
Like if your local government's $30-40 grand over budget, they're going to take your shit. Yeah. That's a real thing.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
So, before anybody says America's the worst country in the world, no. And I'm not talking about like you're behind on your taxes. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything's on the up and up, and they can just say, your shit is ours now, and you can get the fuck out.
Like, we want to build something on your land, so that's ours.
Okay, Amber, the quick answer is yes and no.
Okay.
It's not New York as an entity, but there is a group of people like
a group of dipshits.
Right. It's socialist Democrats. That's their party name. They're not just people assuming these are Democrats who are socialists. Mm-hmm. That's what they call themselves.
That's what AOC is.
Okay.
And they're running on a local platform, like for city council and shit in Albany. And they're saying that if they get, and I'm paraphrasing the shit out of this because it's a long article, right. But they're basically saying if I get elected, my proposal to help get Albany out of the red is
to make it a socialist area.
Well, like take some of these like apartment buildings that are doing Section 8 housing, so they're already getting government funding for them. The people are not the
right,
and make them government owned, so that the proceeds then will replenish the coffer, which that's just not how it works.
You can't do that. You can't annex somebody's fucking private property because you want to.
But so yes and no. It's not like it's some idiot.
But that same democratic socialist thing, that's what Ayo Cortez is